What we do here is go back.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. I figured I'd hit you with a quick one here while I finish up like the last 5 minutes of my break. Just my quick thoughts on gay marriage. To me, the only issue that ever seems to really come up is with the Christians, with them believing that marriage is something that is a right for people granted by God type thing. My thing is, what is the difference? What is the difference then between a couple that's dating and a married couple? Besides the fact that you've made an open statement to people that you're going to commit to each other, even though you're already committed to each other prior to that. Now you're bound by a piece of paper. So if gay people just want to be bound by that piece of paper, is that the only difference? Are you then for them having all the rights that come along with marriage, which are mainly financial related? It's all to my understanding, the benefits are all financial related. Your eligibility for loans, your tax breaks, eligibility and tax breaks. Basic eligibility for loans and tax breaks are basically the only difference that come along with marriage. You sign a piece of paper that gives you the opportunity now to get other opportunities that people may not have given you before. And you don't want to give that right to other people because they don't believe in the same God as you. So although they don't believe in the same God as you, that God's will is to be enforced on said people. You are not entitled to this benefit because you don't believe in our God and follow what our God says. If you want to get married, that is something that only our God can claim as, yes, it's okay to do, and it has to be done by his standards. If not done by his standards, then it doesn't qualify. And at that point, then you too do not qualify for the benefits that are given to these people who signed a verbal agreement or a written agreement that they are going to consider themselves in a union, because it doesn't even necessarily bind them to filing taxes and things like that together. They can be married and filed separately, I believe. But yes, considering that there's not really much else other than financial gain, I don't see what the big gripe is. Essentially, you're saying, I don't want you to have the right to these financial breaks. That's kind of it. Because you can't say, I don't want you to have the right to stay in a committed relationship, because marriage is a committed relationship, which is the same thing as a dating relationship, which is the same thing as what we consider engaged. It's a relationship. You said you're going to commit to one person. If that's the agreement that you two made, then you honor the agreement, and that's about it. You could add a title on of marriage and now say, this is magically now changed. The minute we sign this piece of paper, now all of a sudden everything has become so different, and now we're even more obligated to stay together or to stay committed to each other. And now we'll just make it more difficult for us to separate from each other, and we'll now have to involve other people in our separation. We can't just leave. We have to notify these people that we are no longer together, and it's involving a whole bunch of other people. So what you're saying by stating that you do not want gay people to have that right is you want them to have an easier time at breaking up, and you don't want them to have any type of benefit that comes from them being together, at least financially. That's kind of how I see it. Do I see an issue with it? No. Do I think that gay people need to have that title of marriage? No. Do I think that straight couples need to have the title of marriage? No. If you want it, fine, have it. Go for it. But it's mainly a financial swing. That's about it. If you feel differently, I'd love to hear from you. But in my opinion, marriage is a financial thing. Your relationship, if you really want to be in that relationship, marriage will change nothing. Should change nothing. You should have no more commitment before than you did after. Your commitment doesn't all of a sudden jump because we now signed an agreement. I told other people now that haven't already figured out that I'm committed to this person. I'm going to commit to doing my best to honor everything that I'm stating to you. But thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share if you feel like it. But hope you have a good one. Subscribe. Peace.